So, alrighty. So, yeah. All right. Today we're gonna be doing some hitbox development, and we're recording these now as well, so we don't have to lose the VODs and stuff when you try to re-upload them. Alright, sweet. Today we're going to be going over, or like redoing, the axe hitboxes. Alright. Hey, thanks. Alright, cool. So I think what we're going to start with is we're going to get rid of the old hitboxes. We're going to copy over some new animations for them, and then start tweaking them. Let's get the great axes. Let's start with the heavy attacks. Copy those. Bring them to axes. And delete these ones. Yeah. Hey, Volpe. If I'm pronouncing that right. Let me know if my levels are a bit off as well. Great axe buff? Yeah, a bit. We're redoing the hitboxes and like the movement on them and everything. We're gonna be doing them for all melee weapons after katanas came out so well. I'm gonna use that same technique to develop the rest of the hitboxes to kind of flow like that. Mariba. Oh, okay, cool. Welcome. Alright, so we'll grab these boys, rename them properly. Let's get the hitbox animator. Go back in. Grab the heavy attacks. Reassign those. Cool. Alright, now let's start. So we're gonna grab the heavy attack 1 on the axe. Okay, yeah, so basically instead of a circle around the player, it's now a capsule. So it's like a pill shape as opposed to a circle. Hey, Laps. Yeah. Okay, so let's see where the thrust starts on this one. Actually, let's go to the end of the animation. 83. We broke up there. 0.67. Alright. So we might be speeding these up, maybe slowing them down. 7 at the frame 83. Cast time. So when do we want the combat thrust to start? Like the movement on the attack. Okay, it looks like right there. Frame 35. I could probably do that in my head, but I'm too lazy right now. Probably won't be going for too long today. I'll probably do a couple of attacks. Video at work still, so. But I'd like to start streaming and making more devlogs. So, yeah, we're ramping up towards our Kickstarter and all that. So yeah, see how it goes. 1.16. And that is frame 35. That's gonna do that. And then the hitbox frame, when we want that turned on. Probably right there, I see. Frame 38. So what we got there? 30, 1.26, hitbox 1.26. Let's round up 7, and that is frame 38. Alright, and when do we want it turned off? Probably the frame after it lands, right? It'll be frame 42 for now. We're dividing it by 30 because it's a 30 frame sample animation. Alright, 1.4. Box off. 1.4. That's frame 42. Alright, so now we're going to go into the morphing hitbox. We're going to grab this bad boy. We're going to delete everything we don't need from these keyframes. So that's all that. This. All that. And the animation frames. Okay. So when do we say we started that cast? We're going at 1.67, it's frame 35. We're going to delete everything up to frame 35. When do we have that? Oh yeah. And when do we have that hitbox on frame 38? So we're just going to turn on this guy. And we're going to turn him off at the start. It turns on at frame 38. And then what was it, frame 32 or something like that you turned off? Or 42? Yeah. Yeah, 42 turns off. I could probably just delete the rest of those frames. Which I think we shall. At least a few. You. Now we're going to bring you all the way back here. Alright. And let's do that. So we're going to get the... So you'll notice this is a bit offset from like what it showed on the player. That's just because the rotation, all this is off. Intentionally so, because it positions itself correctly on the server based on your rotation. Yeah. Cool. Alright, and we'll save those values and we'll type those into the actual attack data later. Attack 2. It's 50 frames long, it's like 1.667. Frame 50. Oh, never pads off. Cast. Cast pretty soon, eh? Cast like frame 2. So that's 0.06, right? Am I just Yeah, no. Okay, cool. And we'll round up to frame 2. Hitbox turns on at frame 7. What poppin' here? I'm not sure if that's the chatter to me, but if it's to me, we're just redoing the Great Axe hitboxes. Weirdly put words and random numbers in stream. Yeah, so these are all pertinent values to what I have to type into the actual attack data. But it also helps me like set up the animations correctly. So the attack length in seconds, the frame count, the cast, like so when the movement starts for the attack. It's normal for me. Okay, how's that? Is that better? Hell yeah? I don't know. Okay, box. What is that? Turn my headset up. I can hear now. Hell yeah. 30. 2.33. 0.2. Yeah, my internet isn't too great where I'm living right now, or where I'm staying right now, rather. Yeah, so rather than strain the system and my poor computer, I will 720p like a plebeian. PvP parry fix. Is it working now? Is it Yoho or Yojo? I think I did fix it. Or I tried to. It's hard to test with two people. Oh, hello. I will be right back. Alrighty, so the gal came back. Alright, hitbox is a cylinder. It means it has less sides than a circle. Noticeable difference is that moving towards the crate will not block you anymore like a wall would. It always slide off one of its sides. Yeah. Yeah. To be fair, I think I'm gonna redo how the boxes, like, act as obstacles right now. Like, you still won't be able to walk through them, but it won't, like, slide you off them. It's pronounced Yojo? Okay, cool. Yojo. Alright, 0. Yes, we're rounding that up. And that is frame 7. Hitbox off. Oh, I know. Yeah. Yes. All right. Hitbox off. Let's turn it off right there. I think hit frame 11. Is there a way to see how much an attack does poison damage? That's the thing. I can't really list that on an item description without listing every attack that item has. So yeah, it'd be a bit of a hassle. I wonder if I can make like a debug thing that shows the poise damage or like the momentum value on the attack. But yeah. Okay, I'll be right back once more. Okay, sorry. Yeah, we're planning to head to a friend's wedding, so it's a dress thing. Gotta help zip and unzip and all that. All right. But yeah, as for how much poise damage something does, I'll see if I can make like a debug thing that pops up the number or something like that. Maybe I'll keep that as an option, kind of like the aggro indicators. Because yeah, it's too much information to list in a item description, and it would just end up confusing people. Like, this is light attack 1, 2, and 3. This is their correlating momentum values. This is heavy attack 1, 2, and 3. You know, and then for claws, it's like here's all 6 light attacks. So yeah, probably wouldn't be too feasible. 30, 0.37. Put a poison meter on top of enemies like Sekiro. See, that's so bosses do have that. They do have a hidden posture meter. I might unhide it here pretty soon. And I might tweak the values because I've noticed when I've been fighting Hydrock with like axes and stuff, I'm still not proccing it. But if you hit bosses hard enough, or at least the Hydrock and a few others have this mechanic, but it's not like fully implemented yet. But Hydrock, for example, if you hit it enough, it will collapse over. But it is different than Poise. Poise, like, so for Hydrock, I can hit it with a Great Axe and it will stagger. I think I can hit it like 5 times before it starts not staggering. This is frame 11. Alright, so let's... Good. Let's go to Morphing Hitbox, Heavy Attack 2, Axe, and start typing in these values. First, we'll cut all the stuff we don't need. Select correctly. Perfect. Get rid of the footstep markers. So bunch of dots. Yeah, so these are keyframes of an animation. This one in particular is the animation that's played on the hitbox. So whenever you swing your weapon, the server spawns in a hitbox that plays the animation, and it depends on your lag, but as close as it can, it goes exactly where your axe is going on your screen. Like, again, that is latency kind of dependent, but it should be pretty darn close, especially now that I'm reworking the thrust movement on the attacks, so like any movement on the attacks to be client based, so it should sync better. So if you've noticed in PvP that hitboxes are a bit better already, that's part of it. But yeah, so this spawns in, this plays part of an animation that follows your axe head in a 2D space. So while your axe is actually in a 3D space, it copies it on a 2D plane, and I can just choose the hitbox size and all that. Yeah, so if you go here and we go heavy attack axe 2, so you can see the player actually has like an animation like that, right? But all we end up seeing in game is the 2D sprite. But in reality, we are actually moving it like this. Yeah, so I don't think any other game uses this technique. A lot of New Eden is like wholly original. Unfortunately, if it wasn't, it would be done a lot faster. Because of the genre blend that we're kind of going for, and just like everything. So like, there's not many games that do this live conversion from 2D to 3D, or 3D to 2D rather. People compare this to Dead Cells and stuff like that. Dead Cells actually pre-renders their 3D into 2D. So in Dead Cells, it's actually sprite sheets and stuff. I think I linked an article at one point to it in New Eden's Discord. But New Eden is actually doing that live. And getting that to work and work well and work efficiently took like 3 or 4 months. And then even back then, when we first had the system, hitboxes were like overlays. So instead of following like an actual bone or anything like that, it would just be like it pops up here at a certain point in the attack. Like it flickers on and then flickers off. The problem with that is we can rotate 3D models, right? So how do you properly rotate that hitbox over here with the proper dimensions? You can't. And especially because we have 8 directions now, it was not worth it, like, drawing a unique hitbox for every direction for every attack. It just felt bad. And it, like, now hitboxes can move, where beforehand they couldn't. So you can get hit, like, from back here, right? On the down direction. Or when your player's facing down, if another player's here. At frame 7 of this animation, they can get hit there. And then get hit all the way down until it stops. Okay, so we cut that. What do we need? Frame 2. Frame 7. That's where the hitbox starts. Turn this on. Boom, boom. And then what we say, frame 11 is where it ended. So we'll go frame 12. Boom. Explains why hitboxes can be horrid sometimes. Yeah, that's the thing. That's hopefully what I'm trying to negate in this overhaul of melee hitboxes. Because the katana feels like really good to play with, and its hitboxes are pretty accurate. I think there's a few tweaks I can do. But part of the katana's problem, for its hitboxes at least, are... Here, let's see if I can bring it up. Alright, and let's parent this bad boy to the katana blade. So specifically heavy attack 2 on the katana. See that? How it doesn't, especially when you're facing down, it doesn't really extend that far. Right? It still hits for the most part, but I have noticed a few dead spots in it. I even lengthened this animation sample. So this was originally 30 samples. I had to manually go in here and double it, so like I dragged every keyframe over with the space to have a space in between it and double the samples. So it's the same speed, but it processes more frames. So it's more likely to hit something, right? Because it has extra in between frames to try that. Yeah, Grey Axes most of the time feel like there are no hitboxes. Hope they will become better. Yeah, that is the plan. I'm also just wanting to make it better to play with as well. Because, like, yeah, I don't know if you've got a chance to try the katanas, but they're really smooth in game. Does bad when you find left click hitbox and mental linger? Yes, at the moment, because it's using the old system. There's a few that still use the old system, and I'm rather going to be addressing those. Okay, yeah, Merva. Yeah, when you grab a katana, like, let me know how it feels, because personally, I think they feel really good to play, and I'm hoping to get every weapon type to feel like that. Don't nerf my poor staff. So it won't be nerfed, it's just gonna be more accurate. So where you might not hit those BS hitboxes as much anymore after the fix, you probably will get less complaints of like, what the hell? Let's bring this back to the axe blade short. Where were we? There we are. Attack -2. And frame 12, perfect. And then I think we can just cut the rest. And delete this. Bring here. Boom. Drag that back to 0. Did you do any changes to regular short swords too? Not yet hitbox wise, but I did redo everything's movement sort of a bit. They'll be getting another pass with this hitbox overhaul for weapon types. But yeah, everything feels much better right now just because I did. It's cool. I like the glow. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad. They feel a lot smoother. Yes, exactly. They feel a lot smoother because I changed it from doing the actual attack movement on the server to the client. Because beforehand, New Eden was doing this weird thing where you had client movement that synced with the server, and the server like read it and double checked it, and if it was okay, then it sent it to everybody else. Otherwise, it would like rubber band you and stuff. But one thing I did do to like full server authoritative movement was the thrust movement. So like when you swing a sword, that distance that you move when you swing it, that's the thrust distance. That was on the server, and that was a problem because sometimes the server had a outdated position of your like an outdated spot of your position, like a snapshot of your position, but it was outdated. You lost me at the start, but it seems cool. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it just getting that insider info, hell yeah. Yeah, it just should feel a lot smoother now. What's cool is that I don't know how many people know this, but there is another project at Wonderwolf kind of in the background right now that uses a lot of the same New Eden tech. Completely different game, but uses a lot of the same core systems. So fixes like this help that project too, which is pretty cool. But yeah, personally, my focus is New Eden. But these systems, like the PvP system, the new hitbox stuff, all that gets carried over into the other project. And I do have like a sub team working on that right now. Yeah. Our server's down. I don't think so. Let me take a look. NA is up. And I'll check EU. Oh, EU is up as well. Can't click confirm to log in. Did you like... Yeah. That usually means there's like a typo or a space or something like that in one of the input boxes. So like if you have a space or a typo in password or username, or an illegal character or something like that, it won't let you click it. So maybe just clear that really quick and try it again. I'm gonna be implementing like a remember me function as well. Got a question about updates? Yeah, go ahead, shoot. Yeah, Volga. I will. I'm working on that. Ben. Ben told me straight the other night that I have to put that in, or something bad will happen to me. Why did it go from one update every 2 months to like 30 updates in 2 weeks? I am mad though. I'm loving it. It's just my life. If I have more free time, I get to spend more on New Eden. And a lot of these like changes recently have been like really big changes, so it's like daunting because if I have like say an hour free time a day, I don't want to like start a big system and like put a dent in it and then have to remember what I did the next day, right? I like to try to do stuff in one go. So yeah, there was a point where I was doing contract work for another game dev studio on top of my like full-time job. I had another game dev studio. The contract work is a bit slow right now, and I'm trying to put more time into New Eden, so we're getting more updates and stuff. It's up, but like part of it is also like even when I'm not actively working on New Eden, I'm always thinking on it, right? It's yeah, so like if I have a problem with the system, it'll be rolling around my head for like a month, and then I can like fix it in the background. Respect the grind, hell yeah. Well, my landlord just sold the house I'm living in like a week after we signed lease, so yeah. How much of your day are you spending coding and things like that? So on a weekday when I'm working, like 10 hours, 8 to 10 hours work, and then as much as I can New Eden. But the girlfriend gets needy as well, so sometimes that burns out. Is there just the PvP katanas right now? So there's 2 katanas in the PvP loot pool, and yeah, it is the only ones right now. I'm gonna be adding some more soon, but at the moment those are it. Although the Sky Happy Life be downfall. Sky's dead. Just a dino SPV. Yeah, man. Yeah, so those of you that don't know, well, one, my ping is pretty terrible from where I'm living right now. Like, I'm fighting people that have like 50 ping, or, you know, 50 to 60 ping, and I'm at like 120 on average. Yeah. Can't get the song. Merva, I did super up the writ drop rates on bosses, and there's so low scaling now. So I don't know if you checked that out at all yet. Check out like Soulfather or Hydrock. You'll notice that every hit you do actually makes a big dent in the health bar when you're playing solo. And they drop a lot more writs, and it's guaranteed now. Yeah. Yeah, so there's like true party scaling now. So if you want to hit it up with a duo, it's not going to be like scaled for 4 people. You'll be able to fight it as like the duo scaling. Don't hear excuses, Sky. Come on, man. Man. 100. Okay, you see 100 RP per loss. Yeah, the follow 4x SF anymore. Solo 4x XF. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like honestly, it feels really good. Like it when it's at the point where little Sky can solo the Hydrock, I think we're in a good spot. When we get Muramasa and Masamune, at some point. I don't know if you guys know this, but we're pretty heavily influenced by certain genres and games. Disable of 60 seconds so far on new updates. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, there's still some tweaking to be done. I know you guys have way wackier builds than I have concocted. So yeah, and I kind of like that. So it's not like I'm gonna buff it until your wacky builds don't work anymore. It's more that I'm just playing it by ear, kind of polishing it. Will you give it the Terraria attack pattern? Just the big arc every time? Every move is the dash attack? It's a good thing because I had to min-max a lot for that. Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. We, much like real Souls games, we don't want to, like, cripple, like, fun builds just because, or, like, really powerful builds just because they're strong, I think that's it for that one. Move on to heavy attack 3. Well, I'm glad you've been I hope you've been enjoying it. But I'm always glad that people are playing it. Justifies the server costs a bit. Big axe. Yeah. Okay, I think this is the same thing. Boy, 9,000. You bet. Attack is 50 frames, so that's still 1.667. Oddly. Did I change that? I must have changed the animation. 2 hitbox. Let's see. I think this one. Frame 6. Poise damage wise, they do so much more, not so much, but they do like 2 to 3 poise damage more than their counterparts per attack. I did bowl over a mage, like I knocked him down with a heavy attack from a garden greatsword, like yesterday. Here is the general poise values. Get knocked down by anything. Yeah, so these are the generic poise values. They go up in every attack of the sequence up to a cap. So like the first sword light attack is 14, the next attack does 15, the next attack does 16, and that's where it caps. Guardian Greatsword starts at 16, goes to 17, then to 18. So like claws, I think I did cap claws a bit sooner because they have like 5 or 6 attacks in their chain, light attack chain. Then be like an axe heavy. Yeah. Yeah, so this is the first one I wrote. And then I kind of, so this is just axe heavy. Baseline. Some are a bit bigger, some are big, smaller. Yes, these are the baselines. Change this, and well, okay. I did change arrows as well to 14, I think, right? Yes. Yeah, kicks are 16 already, or they should be. If a kick is not staggering somebody with like 15 poise, then something's wrong. I'm thinking, no. Well, maybe. Oh, depends. There would be a dot like fire not shared between the group, but everyone can apply it individually. I've been thinking about that, yeah. It's tough to balance stuff like that, but it is something I want to do at some point. Yeah, so poise values are still being balanced, like especially on armors, right? It is worth noting that your shield also gives you poise, so using a katana or a gun or something like that will reduce your poise by a decent amount if you're not wearing a shield. Alright, hitbox 0.2. It's frame 6. Box off. Frame 9. Oh, okay. And more just get wasted damage. Yeah, so that is the thing. You can refresh, or you should, if it's not working, that it's not intended. You should be able to refresh. Actually, I'm just gonna delete this, I think. Get rid of that, yeah. Cool. You should be able to refresh like an Agni dot or a fireball dot. So if you hit somebody with fireball, and then you wait a couple seconds near the end of the tick rate, and then you hit him with another fireball, it should reset. So there is like some strategic play like that. But yeah, I get you. It's we'll need some stuff. Just typing while waiting PvP. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be trying to get a spectating system in place. I want 40 hours of need and 30 hours of queue waiting. Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, I'm gonna be able to get the PvP in the menu as well. So after the first time you talk to Renari, you'll have a button in your PvP menu to queue up, so you can queue up from anywhere. Yeah. I'm also gonna get a tooltip for your threat meter. So new players aren't like, what the hell is that? You have NA, EU, are you ever just going to combine them? It's not really in the cards at the moment. We do have Prox kind of looking into like a global server, so you can take your account anywhere. And if that does work out, we'll have to just specify which account you want to keep, between your NA or EU account. But if that doesn't work out, we're having more servers, not less. So come full launch, we want like an Oceanic server. We want a South American server, stuff like that. Yeah. Like that, it kind of depends on how successful the game is. And part of that is going to be the Kickstarter as well. Because right now, like as awesome as all the patrons are, it's still not paying for the servers right now. So like not fully. But yeah. Everyone now and then 15 people start queuing. It's the most fun I have in this game. Yeah, I quite like the PvP. I like when I roll a new Elden Ring character, which I haven't done forever now. I kind of want to get back into it, but I'm also kind of waiting for the yeah. Oh, one account able to join all servers. That's the idea. We're not sure if it can be done right now. But we do have somebody looking into that, yeah. People just run cast stunts, fan summons, and abuse bugs. Yeah, I did see that startup timer bug. I am gonna be working on that. You want to fix that? There's not much I can do for people running and casting stunts, though. Although poise really helps with that. If you can land a sprinting attack on those people that are running and casting stuns, you can usually lock them up for a little combo. For instance, like Katana sprint attack into light into heavy is a really good combo. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a few bugs still, and we're wanting to fix that stuff. But yeah, I do think this is probably the best PvP has been so far. The best the game has felt so far. It's really nice walking into Hydrock as a solo and being able to like actually be able to kill it like fast too. You don't have to stay in there half an hour. In your defense, Arcane right now. That and triple stun build is only battle. Yeah, so Arcane needs a bit of love now again. Especially that Poise kind of came in and shifted up the game. As was intended, but yeah. Oh, I didn't finish this. Not finish this. Yeah. No, I totally get that. I think if we do implement a system where it's like you don't share the dots, it'll be stuff like, so Fireball, the spell, will share the dot, but stuff like the Agni, or like the Oak Staff, like that Fireball, will be unique dots. That's like kind of the game plan I got in my head right now. Arcane is balanced, but not the fun kind of balanced. Yeah, I get that. I think I'm gonna be changing a couple of spells a bit to reflect the new meta stuff, or just the new systems being used. So stuff like Rivertide. Rivertide isn't used at all right now. It has high poise damage. I think it just needs to come out faster, and I think I'm gonna make it, instead of slowing, I'm gonna make it reduce poise for a bit, like a poise debuff. Courage and Vitality make me cry that exists to counter me. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Okay, so I did do that. Never mind. Right, kind of broken. At least a 35% buff, hey, man. Yeah. When you press Z to change the hotbar, any plans to swap weapons? Like you have a bow, you can press Z to swap a sword. Yes, actually, that is actually intended and planned. There's going to be a section of UI in the top right corner. You're going to have a weapon you can swap to. You're going to have items that you don't have to like slot into your you don't have to slot into your hotbar. So like the Cursewood Campfire, you can just like slot that into your equipment item essentially, or like your gear item. I don't know, but yeah. So is Arcane still broken with the dot mitigation changes? Because the changes to the like dot mitigation I thought were kind of huge. Nope, kind of bad. Okay, not broken, it just really annoys people. So what you're saying is we're mimicking Dark Souls quite perfectly. Sorcerers just annoy the hell out of everybody. Yes. Yeah, I'll see if I can do like you know, get some dragon heads spewing out some scarlet rot soon, you know? And the hitbox is as large as the continent. I think it's the stuns that put it over others. Yeah. Make me howl. This part where I ask how Soul Pod rework go and he holds my new summons. Soul Pod rework is going to be a lot like what I'm doing right now. Or at least part of it. So I'm going to be redoing his attacks entirely. So it should be a lot more fluid, way cleaner hitboxes, stuff like that. And then his spells, I'm redoing Flame Eruption stuff. And then I'm giving him a lot of Moonlight stuff as well. So he's going to be able to do stuff like pull you in. With like essentially a moonlight pool, kind of almost like Diana, in League. Diana's ult, a bit like that. Are you saying Soulflog will have its own dungeon? Yes, he will. Come full release. Okay, so the whole Soulfather thing came out because Elden Ring was coming out, and I talked to the team. I was like, "Hey, do you guys want to do something special for Elden Ring's release? You know, let's just have like an NPC boss, and we'll give him the Holy Moonlight Greatsword, and we'll just call it a day." And everybody liked that idea. And then like a couple days later, Fox he sends me a whole new rig and like 20 animations and all this. And he's like, "Oh, here you go." I figured we'll because like this venerable Soul Father is a reference to Miyazaki. Right, so I was just going for like, oh, we'll just make a humanoid, and then we'll have him be a boss, you know, it'll be a little event. But then Fox went overboard, wrote lore for it and all that, so he will have he'll have a full dungeon. It'll probably be recurring as well. But yeah, he's copying League, man. Alawi. Kha'Zix would be kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. I could do some Kha'Zix stuff with some of the daggers. There is gonna be like stealth coming, so you know. You make it pick mainly after the gorgeous fan art. Yeah, so the Soul Father's lore is really, really cool. I'm not gonna spoil anything for Fox, but it's pretty darn cool. Okay, that is... Oh wait, did I do it? I did not, did I? No. I'm horrible at streaming, I think. I just get too caught up in the conversations. Hey, thanks for the follow. I've seen you want to add daggers. Would you be able to put 2 on like one in the shield slot? Not quite yet. Right now, the daggers are gonna be like dual daggers, so it's gonna have like one other weapon. It's gonna equip both of them. At some point, like some FromSoft weapons do that too, but at some point we want to better flesh out the offhands. So like instead of a shield, you'll be able to hold like a tome, like a book, you know. For when you're using a staff, stuff like that, or an orb, stuff like that. And I know Fox is looking into doing dual swords at some point, so like you could use 2 one-handed swords, stuff like that. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff planned. Hey, thank you for follow. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that. Dustin Vid right now, maybe? I don't know. Just saw how Dustin Vidra. Okay, hell yeah. Just saw how Old New Eden looked when I saw the YouTube channel. Yes, Old New Eden. Uh, yeah. So I don't know how many of you guys know this, but one of my last projects was another indie MMO, more like an indie online role-playing game called Lifeforge. Old Eden, yeah. Uh, no Elden Ring power stance. See, that's the thing. At one point, we're probably gonna be able to do power stancing. It's just a lot of animation work, and a lot of work for me. And we got some different priorities right now. So, but yes, at some point we do want that. Here we get NPCs. So, we could just rip patches. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I could hire that voice actor as well. It's kind of a fine line because I'm pretty sure FromSoft doesn't really care if, you know, some indie MMO is like, you know, stealing stuff like the Moonlight Greatsword and stuff. But if we're like actually stealing characters and stuff like that, I'm feeling they'd have a problem with it, or could. I don't know. Yeah, yeah, that's a problem, man. I like talking about New Eden, so that matches with. Who did the voice of the PvE lady? So it's a voice actor or actress I found on Fiverr, and she is open to do more work with us, so that's cool. Inari might get a bit more dialogue. Well, she's gonna have to have more dialogue when new PvP modes come out and stuff like that. But yeah, and patches win. See, I kind of like the idea of just having it be patches, but I don't know. Maybe I'll write Miyazaki. Me and him are pen pals, you know. Everybody already simps. You guys are simping on like clearly male characters too. I think I gotta be a Fiverr voice actor. Honestly, if you can do some voices and you got a decent mic, I'm totally down for it. I gotta stop doing characters myself, I think. Well, no, I feel like I can do a few unique voices, you know? Like, when I'm not dehydrated as hell. When I voice act Hydrock, I can make random noises. So for something like Hydrock, I'm probably gonna do... like, I'll either get somebody for that, or I'll use like a voice changer stuff and then tweak it in my sound editing software. Works like a charm, eh? Hell yeah. Not all weapons, but a lot more, yes. So yeah, Revolver is going to have a Fan the Hammer weapon art that's going to use the rest of its clip and fires off like a flurry of bullets. Yeah. There you go, Ben. Made you a mod. Hell yeah, Souls like, thanks to the follow. Revolver needs more range. Yeah, it's probably gonna get some. So Tyrus, thanks for the follow. Oh no, what did I do? Honestly, I'm very much a Twitch newbie, so I'm not sure what you did. I think it says 30-second slow mode, that's default. The elves are probably my favorite voice. The elves were my girlfriend. She came home from work one day. I was like, hey, should do some voices for me. Oh, okay, I get you. Oh, you know, Twitch probably thought that. I was like, when I modded somebody, it's like, oh, you need moderators? Here, check this option out. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's probably gonna happen. Probably will have. Make me the voicier version of Patches. Hell yeah. Patchwise. The grin. What did we say? Frame 6 for this one? Yes. Oh, that was the wrong one. Brutal. Chill with vitality stat. We do need some more vitality love. We need a lot more love for like every stat combination, really. Crazy merchant pets. Yeah, you know he's petting his invisible cat. Yulia. That's my headcanon for it, at least. PQ for 8 years. Yes, so level cap will be going up to 20 once the new zone is finished and released. Yeah. Nice, heavy attacks done. Go to the snowy zone. I like snow. Hell yeah. Actually, here, one second. I'm just gonna grab. Let me grab something. To show off. Like, I'll give you a little stream exclusive sneak peek here to something coming before too long. Sneak peek. If I can find it. Whew, it's a long way down. All right. See if I can get. Okay, yeah, this will do. I'll just save it and then open it to get the full screen. NAQ broken again? Is it actually, or never queue us together? Are you too high, or is the level disparity too great? Does this a lot? No. See, I've never had to restart it. Like, I can always go in and queue for a game. I don't know what would break with it. Because it seems to still be running fine. 60 more people queue up. Okay, here, I'm just gonna check the requirements for a legal queue battle. Are you guys in a party at all? That doesn't work anymore. And we can match, yeah. No party. Okay, are you 250 RP above this guy that you're trying to match with? Because that's the cutoff, 250. Hmm. Yeah, but if you're too high in gold, you won't be able to queue anymore. If he's, like, too low. Yeah, so what are your ranks, if you guys don't mind me asking? Silver right now? Okay, interesting. Well, silver is still high enough if you're trying to match a 0 RP guy. Like, are you silver with 80-something points? Anyways, I'm still gonna work on this, this sneak peek here. Golden Patreon, I keep my promise. You didn't have to keep that promise, I'm sorry. I did cheat with zoning in the Shrimp King. But yeah, Elapse, if you are like silver with 80 points, something like that, and you're trying to match with an unranked like 20 points, it won't work. The disparity is too high. Where it just hasn't happened before. Hmm. Huge against Skywers. Yeah, so like what is with the 80 points? Yeah, but what's Skywers' rank? Because if he lost and he sank back down, no, 70. Cash. Went down to 16. Yeah, so yeah, you won't be able to match together. I might increase that limit, but it's a pretty big disparity. And we don't want like we don't want you you lost hard. Yeah, we don't want like somebody in gold or diamond just stomping newbies and climbing ever so slowly. Yeah, we'll do. I'll probably do it after stream. Just gonna grab the clip or the sneak peek I wanted to show. So, as you can tell, I'm pretty terrible at this. All right. Aha. So there will be an actual trading area. This is stream exclusive right here. And this is outside, so it won't be dark. Well, it'll have a day and night cycle, but it won't be dark like the garden all the time. But yeah. My cat is asleep on the windowsill. The last time she did that, she fell off. Okay, so that is the heavy attacks redone. I'll also have to type in the actual data. But yeah. grab the light attacks now. And I may be speeding some of these up. Keep taking our rights away. So, I hope you don't mind me telling this story, Ben. It's not personal or anything. But, so, Ben worked with me on LifeForge. Like, he was like my partner in that entire thing. And my brothers, when LifeForge was starting to blow up, my brothers started playing. And LifeForge is a very, like, AFK-esque game, or at least it was at the start. And so you could just sit there and hold down a key and fish, like, pretty much infinitely, right? So you go up to your fishing node, you just hold down the key, and you could leave for like 2 or 3 hours and just do something else and then come back. And your fishing level would be crazy high and all this. So, before we had like a system to stop that, Ben was going, like, I was out, and Ben was going around like looking for botters and AFK farmers and all that. And both of my brothers were doing this. And so he kicked them, didn't ban them or anything, he just kicked them off the server, right? They could just re-log in and just start doing it again if they really wanted to, but, you know, it was like, okay, no, you can't do that, I'm kicking you. So they, instead of re-logging in and just, like, you know, behaving like the adults that they were, or, you know, nearly were. They're younger than me, but at this time I was like, how old was I? Like 18, 19, 20, around then. So they were pre-18, but they were still like mature enough to supposedly understand this. Instead, they got like pissed off at Ben and declared a vendetta. And they never played LifeForge again in protest of Ben just doing his job. And I was out at like, I think I was out with my girlfriend at the time, and and like they texted me, it's like, you have to stop Ben, he's on a rampage. So I messaged Ben like on Discord or Skype or whatever we were using at the time. And he's like, no, they were just AFK farming. I kicked them. I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine then. About 5 years for it to settle. Yeah, man. Oh man. It was really funny. Oh no, I deleted the wrong one. Dang it. Okay, I gotta read that one. Let's act 3x. Add fishing New Eden. That is in the works. It's planned. Will there ever be an arcane staff better than oak wood? Please, I crave a good legendary magic stick. Yes, there will be. In fact, alright, here I'm gonna go into spoiler mode yet again. I'll be right with you. I'm gonna show you the icon. You can fish new players in the PvE areas near the camp to ruin their game. Yeah, they don't lose anything when they die, except they didn't get the crystal, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna grab. Let's make it white. Do. Alright, I'm just gonna copy this image here. Alright. Alright, one sec. But this staff and this great sword are hopefully coming soon. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm returned. Yeah, a lot of spoilers around here. Jeez. Oh, dang. Whoa. Alright. Alright, back to work. To picks. Add guts, sword, and armor. Yeah, we probably will. A big old slab, great sword. Probably gonna add clouds, buster sword at some point as well. Ignore the staff, man. Yeah, the hammer is out. Actually, this probably won't be too far off. Right now, they're gonna have similar animations to the axes. Was that a summon staff, the purple one? I suppose you'll have to wait and find out. Yeah. Thing is, because again, like what we have right now is pretty much a glorified tech demo, and as fun as I find it, we have to try to balance like adding content and adding systems that we can use to make more content in the future to actually get us to a release date. You know what I mean? So we do have systems in there that like keep people playing because we do want people to play to find bugs so we can fix them before we get to like a Kickstarter or release, stuff like that. Yeah. Temporary dopamine. Exactly. Yeah. So that's why we're still doing stuff like, you know, like a new sword every once in a while, a new staff, stuff like that. Because we understand these mechanics work now, but yeah. I think I'm gonna redo Freedom as well. The staff, light attack. It's gonna work kind of like the Crystal Thorns. Why did I buff Bushido? Because somebody raised a good point. If you just light attack, or pre-buff, if you light attacked 3 times, it did more damage than 1 Bushido. And it's about the same time spent, you know? Yeah. But I do understand it could probably be a menace in PvP, so we'll have to watch it. Okay, did I do this? Okay, I think I did this. Yeah, alright. Interrupt it on 1 hit. Depends on the poise of the user. So if you have a high poise, you won't get interrupted. How's the new area looking? Alright, maybe I'll get another spoiler out here 1 sec. Oh, like update release date? Still kind of where I want it to be. Which is a couple weeks. That's my estimate. We'll have to see how it goes because I got a wedding to go to. I'm moving, like I'm buying a house because my current landlord is a degenerate. Do you need more money? I got more. No, I'm not. As much as I'm tempted, I'm not going to pay Extreme for money. I'm better than that. Wanderwolf is better than that. Alright, I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna open it. and I'll show you one of the maps. So it's a big map, and this is a stream-specific spoiler, so don't spread this around to people that weren't here. You know what I mean? You gotta entice people to come and chat. All right. Boom. Don't you do it. Yeah. Stuff like this is all going to be animated. Probably by me. Because Fox mapped this. I really don't want them to have to animate stuff like that. Cotton 4K. I'm streaming at 720, alright? So come on. Yeah. This may or may not be a boss zone. You don't know. Don't leave. You could just tell community members to hop and stream. Looking at every pixel of it. Hell yeah. So, this is a pretty big map. There's one boss encounter. Probably a few mini boss encounters. And this is one of like 6. Yeah. Like there is like 6 or 7 maps. I think this is the first map too. So those stairs that you come out of, or that you go up at the after Angkor Rim, they lead here. I'm pretty sure this is the area. And look at these. We got like laser doors and stuff, and gates. So I don't know if you guys know this, but the garden is underground. And above the garden is the Rotwell Stronghold. And something's happened in the Rotwell Stronghold. And is happening. Sure you're not overdoing yourself? Seems like a lot. It does seem like a lot, and it is, but I've developed systems now that make this a lot easier to implement. So, like, the Shroom King dungeon, that was the first time that to develop and use those systems to make a dungeon. Now that they're there, excuse me, it's a lot easier. Isn't a new area but a dungeon? So this is part of the new area. There's a dungeon-esque part of the game, of like this section area, that this is going to lead into. So I'm pretty sure this is just gonna be like a level to play through. Like it kind of depends, because it Souls like MMO, right? It's really hard to balance like what should be instance content and what should be like just open world stuff. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be instance content. So while it might not be something you just run whenever you want to, like Hydrock Cave, like you might have to teleport back to the Garden Crystal and then go up and run it that way, it will be something that you can run. Or that's the intent. One sec. The gal just brought me nachos, man. Whew. I'm blessed. Gonna add a tower that gets harder and harder. We do have a concept for that, yeah. That's probably a ways down the road, but yes, we do have like a floor-based system in mind. Okay, so if you pass this part, you go to a new area later on. Yes. So this is a big stretch of content. Think of it like the like the Undead Bird, almost. Like it's a huge first level. And after the garden, of course. And then you get into the next open world area, which is like an actual town. Just make Ninus be the boss. So you're gonna make a hub? Yeah. Yeah. Seeing you add more content in 2 weeks and Bungie with Destiny 2 in the last 3 months. Okay, I got a story about this. I'm very disgusted with Bungie right now, and Destiny 2 in general. And one of my brothers, one of those ones that were feuding with Ben way back in the day, he is such a prominent Destiny 2 player. He streamed it and all that. Bungie would send him, because of his like placements in like ranked play and all that, they would send him like gift packages and stuff. Like he got free t-shirts, he got free merch and all this from Bungie directly because he was so good at playing the game. And I have always had huge problems with Destiny. I like a lot of it, but I just think the execution, and from Bungie of all places, right? Yeah, it's I have very strong feelings about Bungie and Destiny. They removed $200 of my account. Yeah, exactly. No, I watched a GDC talk from their manager, or like their production manager, and the difference between their production manager and our production manager is like insane. I understand, of course, that it is AAA space and all that, but it's kind of disgusting. You know, the old Bungie motto used to be like, we play games we want to play, or we make games we want to play. Their new motto, they took that down, and their new motto is like something stupid, like we create games that foster friendships or something like that, right? It's just some nothing statement. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so like their whole business model right now is based on quote unquote velocity. You have to be fast, and like they say you have to be fast in their GDC talk, but it takes them like 6 months to put out a patch. You know, it's like bugs the hell out of me. That being said, I steal a lot of Destiny stuff to put into New Eden. So there's probably gonna be a few hubs throughout the game, but the big one for like the first 50 levels or so, first 40 levels or so, is gonna be the town that you find shortly after you exit this featured area right now. Yeah, so you'll have like NPC vendors, like quest logs and boards and stuff like that. Yeah, it connects to like the broader open world area that's coming afterwards. But yeah, like so far, like garden is kind of open. We're adding on to the garden as well, but so far everything is very linear. Like as you can see, this is like a scripted dungeon path kind of, right? But there is a point coming soon where the world's going to open up into an actual open world area, and you have to go and find caves and stuff, much like, you know, Elden Ring, for dungeons and content like that. There's going to be some overworld enemies and stuff like that. But yeah. So is the garden like the asylum in a way? It's exactly like the asylum in a way, yeah. You know that you peaked. Yeah, Majula. I know what Majula is. I did not play Dark Souls 2. And I don't really have any interest in playing Dark Souls 2. I played Bloodborne instead of Dark Souls 2, and I didn't go back. Is it worth it in any measure? Dark Souls 2. Especially after Elden Ring. No, but yes. See, I keep hearing it's like big. Worth it to beat, not worth 100%. Okay. I hear Dark Souls 2 is big, but the size doesn't really mean anything if the quality isn't there. Like I'm sure Dark Souls 2 is still a much higher quality game um than most like AAA games, but Elden Ring exists, you know. Yeah, exactly. Whereas Elden Ring I find big and quality. Like Elden Ring is like probably triple the size of Dark Souls 2, right? Easily. It's experimented a lot. Yeah, that's the thing. There, I don't mean to disparage the people that worked on it at all, but it was like the B team that worked on it. Hey, welcome on to Firo. I'll probably check out the patron chat and stuff after update. Oh, okay. So Billy Footface asks, any chance we'll see some new PvE content in the coming months? Yes, like 100%. That's coming very soon, actually. 71.1 hours for all achievements in Dark Souls 2. You mad lad. You do need a Patreon roll. I'll do that really quick. Hitboxes have been feeling weird on Immune since update? Like which hitboxes? Just everything? Feels good and bad at the same time? Interesting. Yeah, there is, like, I might have to do with that thrust system I've been talking about that I reworked, and that's still kind of being polished and stuff, so we'll see how that flows. Like, the game should feel smoother, but there might be some hitbox issues. That's part of why I'm doing this entire rehaul with all the melee hitboxes. And probably a lot of the spell hitboxes and all that. Ben. There you go. Okay, I can get my 5 vouchers. Oh yeah, because you upgraded, hey? Oh, it does it not, you should be able to redeem again now. I think I did implement that. If you can't though, yeah, just let me know and I'll be able to send you some. Is the VOD system on? It should be. It should be on. Hopefully I'll get to keep this and upload it. Like I'll hit a beautiful shot and it'll now hit, or it'll hit now, but then I'll miss horribly and still hit. With the shots you're talking about, is it the Batwing Biden? Just any weapon. Interesting. They're too good, or like too generous. Because it's hard to balance that. It changes up for bosses. Great, by the way. Glad you like it. Yeah, I really didn't want to lock all those weapons behind PvP, right? It's just an incentive to play PvP a bit more, especially with the now you get 2 writs most of the time you win a PvP match. You get 1 no matter what, and then potentially 2. But then you can also just land the gear without having to buy them. Like I think what is it, Souls like got the mythic ring when he was fighting me. He whooped my butt and then got the mythic. I say shot, I just mean hits. Yeah. At a point blank hit and hit now, which is W, but I'm getting hit from 5 feet away. By like melee users and stuff. Helped also when no one's on. Yes. Yeah, that's kind of part of the design there too. Yeah, Souls, was it you that whooped me and then got the mythic to drop? Someone did that. It might have been Elapse maybe, I don't know. I have yet to reach bronze. Grinded 143 writs from PvP alone so far. Yeah, that's kind of the goal. So the whole writ shop system was A, to let PvE players still have access to that loot pool, but also to, like, if you didn't land that drop that you really wanted from the PvP pool during the season, and then the loot rotates out, you can just save up writs and still get it. You know, it's almost like Destiny's exotic vault. After you bought everything in the shop, hell yeah. Yeah. So, like, for now, a lot of the new weapons and stuff are probably still going to be placed in the PvP or Renari shop. Just because it's, like, the easiest place to place them right now. Yeah, we'll have to see. Can't redeem? Okay. One, I'll look into that system, but then two, I'll also, yeah, I'll get your vouchers to you. Oh, so when the pool rotates, you can still buy them? Yeah, yeah. That's, like, the design. Make Oni hosted a tournament. Yeah, he was talking about he wanted to host one. I probably will sponsor it as well. Like, you guys can offer whatever prize you want, but I'll also probably throw in a cosmetic. Maybe the first ever purple light sword. Maybe I'll do, like, a blue variant of the Garden Greatsword for a Greatsword skin. Anyway, sorry, I'm just eating some nachos like a goddamn pig. Well, should be working on it. I figured out the noise reduction too. After this mic, at least. It was like toggled off last stream for some reason. Be cool later on in game to have it. Tournament exclusive cosmetics. What's my name though? Jaden. Yeah, I mention it in like devlogs and stuff because it feels really silly to say, "Oh, hi, I'm Skyrider." Oh, okay, your mom saw it. I got it. This guy's named Sky. Yeah, so the whole cosmetics as exclusives thing, it's a double-edged sword because we do have like collectors that want to have all of them, but then we also have people that want something exclusive for obvious reasons, right? His name is Word. Is it possible I can get Gilded Bat Armor? So that's the thing. That's the one that kind of sparked this whole debate because we had somebody come in who was totally down to get into the game and all that, and he was like, "Oh, I will pitch whatever money you need for this game and all this." But just a question, like, can I still get these cosmetics that were released when I wasn't around? And at the time, they were like, "No, unfortunately, you can't." To which he brought up some pretty valid points about how that kind of discourages collectors in his mindset from playing the game. And I brought up the counterpoints where it's like, well, you know, there's a drive to collect them, but it's also like nice to have those exclusives because people get pride in that, right? Like, oh, I have this exclusive piece of armor. like the party hats and OSRS, right? Um, so I'm thinking of how to reach like a compromise where you can still get them, but it's not the OG, right? And for this, like at the moment, like there's nothing set in stone. But at the moment, I'm thinking of something like what Flesh and Blood does. So those that don't know, Flesh and Blood is like a TCG, and every time they release a new set, they have like a run that's first edition. And so like it's very plain that those are the first edition prints, and then they do an unlimited run of like second edition, right? So like you can, no matter what, you can still have access to those cards, but it's not the first edition. So what will probably end up happening, or at least one potential solution I've been tinkering with, is we could do a first edition run on cosmetics and stuff. That'll have like a special seal or something in the tooltip or on the item icon, something like that. So like, so we can still re-release or unvault a lot of those old cosmetics, but it's still not the OGs that you had before, you know. You play Skyward Sword? I did. But I was Skyward River before Skyward Sword came out. How do you come up with Skyward River? So like two different ways. I used to go by Jax, Jax, and then I went by Jaxx after I found out Jax was being used as a name as a lead character. I got it from a book originally. So I was that for a while, and then pretty much everywhere I went online, I could use that username. Four Skyward Sword? How old are you? I'm 26. I know I sound pretty young. I look pretty young too. Damn. But yeah, so Jax kind of worked everywhere I went until it didn't, and then I needed to come up with another handle for, I forgot what it was, probably a game or something. I was thinking. I was like clicking around on word generator, and then like 2 nights previous, I had had a dream of like a river flowing upwards, and like it like without a floor on it, right? It was like flowing into the sky, but it was clearly a river. And I used to play like Echo the Dolphin as a kid, like the 3D one on Dreamcast. So, it has a level where it's kind of doing that. Or no, that's the Genesis one. But yeah, Echo the Dolphin kind of does that too. So yeah, from there it was like, okay, well, I've been using this word generator. I'll just put Skyward River into the thing. So yeah, pick the name like a Native American. I am like a decent percentage Native American actually. Although you wouldn't tell it from looking at me, I'm like white as hell. Yeah, I'm a pretty high percentage Cherokee and Comanche. But I'm like a mutt though. I'm like a dozen different ethnicities. Got a DNA test or what? No, my biological father is like almost straight native, and yeah, my mother's side is mostly Lithuanian, but we have like a bunch of Russian, German, Spanish, all that. A lot of white ethnicities, and then some Native American. Alright, I'll probably go. I want to get at least these attacks done. So I've been eating nachos like none other. Alright. Well, you'll be able to watch it on the VOD, Merva. Legally change your name to Skyward. There's times I've been tempted. So like, when I was named, um, here, like, that's my name. But when I was named that, like, my mother got it from the Bible. But when I was named that, like, I'm the oldest Jaden I know, and I've met ever. But soon after she named me that, like a year or two after, it started getting a lot more popularity. So, and every other Jaden I've ever met is like not cool. I don't like them. Else I'd be legally known as Benjo. I support it fully. Yeah, even in our voice chats, it's hard to differentiate when I call you Benjo versus Ben. Okay, let's assign the acolytes. You didn't call me Benny, it's my grandmother. All right, well, it wasn't intentional. I'll tell you that. Uranium to the game. There is gonna be some radioactive stuff. First guy to get a new tattoo win, I wonder. It probably won't be me. I'm particular about my body. I probably will get a tattoo or two at some point, but it has to mean a lot to me. And while New Eden does, you know, New Eden is ephemeral in the scheme of things, right? I'll probably get something based on my morality or something. Just up lucky. See, I have like I've met female Jadens as well. Yeah. Little known fact, Ben is highly religious. I would love to see that though. Not that I'm encouraging it, but if anybody ever gets a tattoo New Eden based, I would love to see it. If I get New Eden tattooed, do I become a New Eden boss? I'm not gonna answer that because I don't want to like encourage people to desecrate their bodies for a chance to become a boss. But 639. 639. Okay. When does he start moving? I'm gonna say maybe there. This might be a case where I have to spawn the hitbox before I spawn, or before I start moving them. That system does it good, because he starts swinging here, grade 23. But I think he starts moving forward, grade 25. And any mix of the three. Look how horrendous that is. Wait, you guys have done this. Look how horrible it is. Great shame to be finally named. It's not me, alright? It's Fox. And this community. Let's see what the deer looks like with the rabbit. Oh god. What have I done? What have I done? It's just horrible. Oh. Did I get some hair on this? Let's do full hair. Man, no, let's get ponytail going. Let's make it a top knot. Alright, I like that. But let's do all the wild hair. Let's make the length crazy. Caveman. I like that. Don't do this. Curious how the lore will explain cat ears. It does. It is capable of explaining cat ears. That's all I'll say for now. Secret land of Desecrated. Yeah. I wonder if I can preview the animations while I'm in this. No. They don't work. Where was I? Oh yeah, 25. Hitbox turns on, I think, at the same frame. I think that's what we're gonna do. And we'll turn off at this one, frame 30. People. Ori, man. Okay, so my cat falls asleep on the windowsill, and then she falls down. You okay? You alright? You gotta be careful, my girl. I did pet the cat. Big stretch. not this cat. When hair is added, will we have to make a new character, or you will not have to. No, I'm gonna make a special window for like in-game hair customization, so you don't have to make a new character. Don't do this to the man. Clean up some of these animations. Alright. So we have the data. We go light attack 1x. Delete the footstep. Delete the empty frames. A lot of empty frames. Now, what did we say? Starts at frame 25, right? Yes. Is VOD saved now? It should be. Yeah, I toggled it on. God, this music is so good. It is from my voice mod software. Hey, Rusty. This game is going to be a lot like Final Fantasy MMO. Lots of ERP. Put New Eden music on? Let's see if I can do that. Yeah, I'll be uploading the stream. When will New Eden get very metal, cool boss music? I mean, it kind of already has a bit of a metal feel on the Anchor Rim fight. See if I can load that up. I'm a lo-fi guy myself nowadays. Sound. No, bit of music. Anchor Rim. Yes, but I don't even hear the full Anchor Rim song. It's so easy right now. He is also getting reworked. It really does, dude. Yeah, the music is phenomenal. I'm gonna grab the musician's website really quick. So the OST, Volume 1 is on Spotify right now. We're also going to be, when it's on Steam, we'll be selling the OST. As like an add-on, right? But yeah, there is 15 tracks right now. And Perry Bang Records are just awesome to work with. They gave us a hell of a deal on all this. Like, they did all this for free. You know, like, they get 100% of their OST sales later. And like on Spotify and stuff like that, of course. And we're also charting them in for like a percentage of all profits. But yeah, it's yeah, these guys are awesome. We'll probably be working with them. Oh, hey you. In Soul Wardens as well, which is our creature capture game. Previously, they worked on Chrono Ghost as well. Yeah. I'm not really a Twitter guy, but I found these guys on Twitter. I think. It's been a while now. But yeah. Perry Bang Records. See if I can get another one going. Oh, this is one I made. But as you can tell, it's nowhere near as good. Will there be pets? Just a random question about the new Boston music. I probably won't spoil that at the moment. Partly also because it's not really decided which track it's going to be for this new boss. So we have an idea for what the main boss is going to have, but not the other one. You're adding nomadic stuff. Yeah, it will be, and I'll probably be reaching out to you for that. I mean, Fox and Thunder are, like Thunderwolf, are the main writers, but I do just write my own stuff for it sometimes. Probably much their environment. So an extreme for that. Hell yeah. Okay, let's actually work on these hitboxes. Boom. Light attack 1 axe. So yeah, pets. Probably. Give it a maybe for now, actually. Because, like, pets and mounts were something that we had at the start of the game, but as you saw, Old Eden had a vastly different art and gameplay style. Will the pets be pettable? Yes, if we add pets, yes, they will be pettable. But also, like, there's dogs and stuff. I got a bug fox for a pet the dog mode. You know? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You pet the cat. The cat is now sitting on my lap. She, like, sleeps in my lap while I'm working most of the day. She is a coat kitty. She has, like, the biggest smiles and everything, too. I'll have to post a picture. Actually, I'll do that right now. I'm just gonna post or grab a picture and... because this cat is adorable and she deserves to be seen. Need a cat cam for the streams. Like, I don't know, I might do a face cam at some point. I'm just worried I'm too sexy for the internet, you know? Oh, but not to the face cam. I see how it is. Messed up. Alright, here's my kitty. She's always smiling like this. Yeah, she is missing a leg. Only thing is, she's like shedding like crazy right now. Alright. What we need? Light attack 2, right? Add her as a unique pet in game? Probably. Right? Do you want to be a pet? For others? Abandon any. What's this one? 31. That's like 1.03, right? Yeah. Okay, yours is banned in the NA server. Yeah, man. You want to risk it for the biscuit and wear cat ears in North America server. You might just get jumped. We already have a cult problem. Don't make a cat a cult problem. Hell yeah. There are going to be some PvP areas. And there's also going to be a semi-invasion mechanic. So, like, take for example right now, if you ran the Garden Caves, or Shroom King dungeon. If you opt into it, there'll be an addition of the dungeon that will allow you to gain better rewards and increase rewards. But running this version of the dungeon means you can be invaded by anybody that wants to invade you. Obviously only like a limit of 1 or 2 people. But these invaders will be immune to the damaging effects of the monsters inside. And they gain something from killing players in a dungeon. So it'll be like this greed system. So if you want to greed into more rewards for your dungeon, you can, but you're prone to being invaded by somebody that's also trying to get rewards by killing you. I think it's 5. War crimes time. Yeah. Yeah. Hitbox is on at the same time. And it will turn off at frame. This frame for 12. Damn. It's probably the most split the community has ever been. It's gonna be tough times ahead for New Eden. While I'm here, I'm gonna grab data for Light Tech 3 as well. 27. Frame 3. No, I don't even know why I took that in. Brain dead. Yeah, we'll turn it on at the same time as well, I think. Frame 8, I think. Just like exposed corn. Oh, poor corn. I wonder if he'll ever catch a stream. I think I will be wrapping up here next half hour or so. But yes, this is kind of the general tone I kind of want to do for streams. Either content development, just playing some games with you guys, and talking about New Eden. And yeah, or just doing stuff like this, like actually working on the game. This started at frame 5. Right, frame 12. Yes. Cool. Alright, I think I like that. And now Light Tech 3. Like before, we're going to delete all the empty frames we don't need. And because this is a hitbox animation, we don't need the rest of the bones either. What was this one? Frame 3 it starts. I think it cast at this time too. I think it's a decent size for the hitbox. The axes, if it's a bigger axe, I can do a bigger hitbox, but about a 1x1 size cube seems to work good. From 8. Yes, sir. Alright. Save all that. And then it's just the sprint attack and the dodge attack left. Well, let's go back up here. Backs. Let's just do the sprint attack for now. EU is greater than NA. Well, I hope you guys have been liking that new server location for sure. Man, can we talk about what they did to DKO? Not too soon. I really liked that game. Oh, Cult's question. So when we're actually gonna get cults, will there be a guild manager NPC? Probably won't even be an NPC. It'll probably just be a menu in your pause menu, or quote unquote pause menu, in your like game menu. But yes, that is gonna be a thing. You can be able to group up and like clan tags, all that. Guild chat or cult chat. Yeah. Sky, what does that have to be at? Oh my god, the 12:41, midnight 41. You just stream. For me, it is right before 5 o'clock. But I am sorry. We do have some European team members. Hopefully we can get them to do some streams when I'm not. Oh, I messed up. So yeah, there are over 500 animations in the player right now. And this menu is hard as hell to navigate. Yeah, I think this starts at frame 3, for the movement at least. Oh, actually, I don't want that full reach back. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, but Ben was the very first person to ever play the original New Eden, besides myself. He selflessly came to test with me, and he was so nice that he didn't tell me the game was absolute shit at that point. He did, to be fair to him, he did point out things that could need to be fixed and stuff, but it is nowhere close to where it is now. But even back then, we were both really excited about it. Because, again, we were coming from LifeForge. Well, yeah, missing a stream is tantamount to treason. I wish others knew this. Alright, what would you say for this? 3? That is 0.1. Oh, I did it again, didn't I? What was it, 39? Yeah. 1.3. See you, man. Let me turn on the hitbox this one. Kind of liking this one here. Be better socially. Hell yeah. I'm kind of liking frame 10 for this. And sure, we'll grab the dodge attack. Sky, will the orange names be in the game after alpha? Yes, I think so. I think anybody that backs Patreon before like Kickstarter and all that is going to have an orange name and keep their orange name like for life. Small sign of gratitude. We would still be on just a North American server, not for you guys. Alright, dodge attack axe. .38 frames. Actually, I don't need that. I think I'll blend to that instead. So I think I'm just gonna. I think the dodge attack is gonna get better. Will we get titles? I think so. I don't know. It's hard to determine whether I want to clutter up above your heads so much, right? Because we're probably still gonna have cults or guilds, right? So that's gonna have a tag that you can just play. If you add a title onto that, it might be in your inspect menu. I don't know. We'll see. So. Yeah. Here, one sec. Actually, I'm gonna pull up a screeny of Layforge. see if I can enlarge this. So, we had titles. This was without the guild tags too. Guild tags went over this. But there was... I pulled this off the random website, but this is my character, my player character, actually. Because I had like an admin account with Skyward, and I had this guy, Haven. And yeah, I was engaging in some PvP. But yeah, so it got pretty cluttered. So many memories, yeah, man. Yeah, it's honestly, it's like when working on stuff like these hitboxes and stuff, it is so tempting to go make a game like this again. Because like comparatively, like even though we spent a lot of time on this game, it was so much easier comparatively, right? To make like 20 enemies in this game than it is for like one hitbox style for one weapon type. Frame 7. Might be too young, I don't know that game. Like it was, what was it, like 6 years ago, 7 years ago? It is still up. You can still play it. Ben has painstakingly kept the server online all these years. Yeah. No, that's fair. It had a lot more players than we ever thought it would. But it was nowhere, like, New Eden's, I think, already more popular. Like, more people know about New Eden than knew about Lightforge. .26. Oh no, what am I doing? 7. Oh. Turn on room 10, hey? Yeah. No, I've been making games a long time. Kinda crazy that I still know. Yeah. No, it has an impressively long reach. Yeah, there have been a few people that I've just met in my day-to-day that one person even knew I was Skyward River. He was like, "Are you Skyward?" I'm like, yeah. Yeah, the Iron Pineapple video was really cool, man. I'm looking forward to more stuff like that, as opposed to stuff like Asmongold. Hot take, I've never much liked Asmongold, but that video just made me not like him even more. No, I've actually been talking to somebody about that knows a bit more about him, because I don't like watch him or anything. The clips that I have seen from him, I don't think he's very intelligent, but I've been told that that's just a character he plays, like the character of Asmongold. but the dude himself can actually be pretty insightful. So do that with that what you will, but yeah, that's my goal. So he's like a super popular MMO streamer, and I think hopefully somebody out of the goodness of their hearts posted like a really old trailer of like like it doesn't even look half as good as it does now, of New Eden gameplay footage into his Reddit and said, "Hey, react to this." And he watched that crappy trailer, and he's like, "Yeah, no, this sucks." And yeah, so what's funny is one of my team members for New Eden here, they really like Asmongold, but you know, like I didn't like him before, and then that happened, so I really didn't like him. But I've been told that it's like a character he plays, so I don't hold it against him personally anymore. Although I still like strongly dislike his content. What was he playing just a bit ago? The Sun Wukong game? And he just skips every tutorial, and then at the end he's like, "No, this game sucks." He's been playing for like 5 hours, skipped every tutorial, keeps bashing his head against a wall, never trying anything different. He's like, "No, it sucks." I'm like, okay. Yeah, we're gonna be doing a better trailer. We're probably gonna even get some 3D stuff in there, because Fox once upon a time did some really cool 3D stuff. But yeah, we gotta get some more new trailers. That's part of why I want more new zones, because we're gearing up for the Kickstarter. If we just show all the footage from the garden again, it's like, well, this game is going nowhere. But when we get some more new areas in there, we get more footage of players running around, some PvP stuff. We'll have all the makings for a good Kickstarter trailer. Something we're doing with our Kickstarter, which is usually like a really good move, is we're having it playable. Like you can play the game that it's being pitched, right? So you can see where it's at. You can see that, hey, a lot of work has gone into this already. Because especially when you're developing an online game, Kickstarter is very, well, hey, it used to be very welcoming. Now it is very critical, which I appreciate, because there's a lot of people just scamming out there ridiculously. Yeah. So it could get a good amount of new players if we give this game a shot. Well, awesome, yeah. I don't know how far your word goes, but yeah, let them know how much if you enjoy it. Like, I'm not telling you to lie to this guy, but if you enjoy it, yeah, let them know. How different is Kickstarter from something like Patreon? Don't know the difference, 2H. Yeah, we'll do, Yojo. So Kickstarter is like a crowdfunding service. Patreon is like a monthly thing. Kickstarter is like a one and done. So Kickstarter, like, say we put it up for Kickstarter for like, hey, we want $20,000 worth of funding. Here are the rewards you get for donating, and here's the deadline. If you don't make the 20 grand before the deadline, you get nothing. So it's like an all or nothing system. If it does get funded, you get the money like 3 months later. But then you gotta update your Kickstarter, just let people know that you're still working on it, ship out all the rewards and stuff. Patreon, something we're doing for this as well, is that, so Kickstarter, there's tiers of rewards. So like, okay, if you donate $50, you get all this, and it gives you a list of like what you're gonna get with that. But because we're doing a Patreon beforehand, our patrons don't have to back the Kickstarter to get those rewards. So because you've already donated this money through Patreon, we're gonna credit whatever you donated through your career on the Patreon to the Kickstarter reward system. So if there's like a reward tier at Kickstarter for like $100, and you've been a patron long enough to pay like $120 or whatever through Patreon, will give you the rewards of that tier. Make it $100 to get cat ears, free money. That is the infinite money glitch, but you know, we don't like doing that. Yeah, I think once we get a few new areas in the game, a few more bosses, a few more enemy types, stuff like that, we'll be ready to make a new trailer. And we will want you guys in on that too. So we'll have to schedule some days to get some good footage. I want some anime moments in there. I don't watch anime, so you guys gotta tell me how. Alright guys, I think I'm going to call it in just a bit here. Any last questions or anything like that before I head out? You know I can't wait to go out of the garden, right? Yeah, neither can we, man. We want to get out of there too. I love the area, but it's so old to me now. So I've been working in the garden for like the last 2 or 3 years now. Plan Citadel's win? Depends on if we do like a housing system. That we can kind of piggyback off that into something like Plan Citadels. You're right another game dev. I think I will. Oh. But how do I do that from Streamlabs? Are you supposed to use Battlecry or Taunting Shout first? It doesn't really matter which one you use first. Taunting Shout has a bug in it right now. It doesn't actually raise your threat as it's supposed to. That is fixed for this patch coming up. That'll be either tonight or tomorrow. Yeah, so Taunting Shout raises your defense, Battlecry raises your attack. Kind of do it in whatever mode you want. But Taunting Shout will raise your threat after it's fixed here. Let's see if I can raid. Nihus, I'm not sure how I rate. Oh. Slash raid. Oh, okay. Well, jeez. Look it up, mate. Dude, I'm trying here, alright? I'm not a Twitch guy. Awesome, guys. Sweet, guys. Have a good one. Thanks for all the fun. And I'll try to upload this VOD tonight as well.